let's go, let's think out of the box. And I think that's where we have ways to go. We have to know that far. Genius. But if you don't give them that, how all those things come?
Right, thank you. So, I have to go because I have to say we exhausted something and talking about business one day. So now moving forward and trying to integrate technology in, let's say, theater, where we want the audience to have a feeling as if they are falling in the hole and swimming. So going forward, can we have something on the virtual reality side that we all get into the theater, and then we are doing the VR classes, and then now we are all seeing ourselves as we are part of the film. I think those are some of the things we look at now. But for now, we're going to be what we have decided that the experience will be felt as God said, that we use the way that God says. Feel it like that. Right, but you also mentioned that you don't use real world on stage or in cinema. Then again, our conversation down there will not come again. We don't use it, but I remember in the movie that was being done, Rust, in 2021, Alibaba had to shoot the cinematographer on set because he was using the real gun action. Yeah, so when you now say you don't use real weapons on stage, then I go back to the advancement. We should know more than we should know. Using real weapons on stage, and then I will leave that discussion for another time because it's kind of contradicts a lot of things. But I'm going to go on culture and technology. How do we go on and create theatrical experiences and movies such that we can tell our story without distorting it with modern technology, but our story, our culture will be kept intact for them. No. This is how we do that with our storytelling, our cultural setting, everything will be intact. Not
and you choose.
My name is I'm a student of marketing student in Victoria.
My name is I'm a tour operator and I need to learn Expo and also business consultant.
It's your turn. It's your turn. It's your turn.
Alright, I need to see the announcement.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this exercise with me. Now, let me introduce myself well. I believe sometimes when we meet people, for instance, I go somewhere and someone is called to speak, the person I ask myself is, what is that person the right for to do? What do they know? And I'm sure at least one of you are able like that. Hey, who is this girl? Who is she? What does she know? What is the right to stand in front of me to speak to me? Well, my name is Ray. I'm a hustler, a professional gold digger. That is me. I am balancing into people's pockets. My balancing keeps the water clean, but people's pockets richer. What do I mean by that? What I do ensures that whoever I'm taking money me, you will beg me to collect your money. Why? If I don't give value to people and I just collect their money, next time you won't give me money. You really are doing that. If I take your money and you don't see how important I am to you, next time I can give you money. But if I give you money and you realize that I grab money, get $1 million which I will give you money. So that's what I do. And that's what gives me the right to speak to filmmakers. Because one thing I've noticed is we are very creative. I work in 2 industries. I work in the sales industry. That's what gives me the right to be a filmmaker. I'm a professional citizen. And I also work in the entertainment industry. Both industries, we have strong egos. Even when we don't have anything in our pockets, we are very egoistic. So, as creative people, more often than not, when we have ideas, we move with our ideas. You believe that, oh, God gave me an idea, like my anime friend. He put something together and it's like, great, let me present it. But sometimes we end up losing money. Because we sometimes produce content, like my content creator, and you don't get anything. Or all your content make you money. Give me the winnings, so that I know I can come and work with you. You make money all the time. Not all content give you money, right? And that is where I come in. So please contribute this for me, please help me. If you contribute, we will continue. So what I'll talk about is the overview of the film industry landscape. Where are we now? We'll talk about the importance of the thinking film producers and then the objectives of this discussion. So I'm not here to preach. I'm here to have an interaction, like an interactive session. Where are we now as filmmakers? I'll go to the next one. Where are we now? Where are we? I'm talking about the Ghanaian film space. Everybody should think about it because we all know what's happening, right? So in your opinion, what do you think? Where are we now?
We are open.
Hey. That's a strong way. No way. Please explain.
When I say we are open, there are certain standards that must be met, first of all, before we can actually arrive that we are in industry. For me, personally, we are not really in the industry. What we are trying to do is to survive with something we tell the industry. Because if you have an industry, there is strategies. There needs to be rules and regulations that everybody plays by. There needs to be deals that are functioning properly. And so if you look at our terrain, it is all paid for. And so most of the time we end up shooting ourselves in the fruits. I'll give an example. So Nick comes to you and says, I have this script I want to shoot. How much will you charge me to play the lead? And looking at your credentials, you tell me, I'll charge you 50,000 to play the lead. Meaning, then comes to them and says the same thing to them. Your credentials might be on the same pedestal. I should be willing to take 4,000. But at the end of
him, and I use this word, push. The way he uses hair for the products demands that she takes more than 50,000. And so that whole politics of us paying ourselves against each other is what I feel is taken as well. Because we don't have the structures, we don't have the regulations that we do. But aside that, I also feel that even as filmmakers, the things we need to do ourselves, we do not do. We do not invest in ourselves. You are an amazing. How much investment have you made in yourself in harnessing and enriching your crafts? You are a director. How much are you investing in yourself? How many short courses in directing are you doing? How many interactions are you doing? I have personally, I have written feature-length scripts within 2 weeks that have gone into production. And under normal circumstances, it shouldn't be like that. And so at the end of the day, whatever we are sharing out as fellows, shouldn't, in my opinion, should be classified as fellows.
Thank you. So I'm going to ask someone else who would like to answer.
So that's that. But if you don't want to use that, there's another guy that called themselves vampires. So this height is like, you know. So I guess that's this guy. Then this is there. Go back.
Who are pioneering Ghanaian story, certainly everyone is doing what they can. But if we can have a united front, that would do a lot of work. I mean, what we are doing right here should be part of a larger conversation, not just us. That would lead to a more vibrant industry than I think so.
Thank you. Hi. Would you like to say anything? Say something.
Like you can sweat so that you can I'm sitting in my own space and you're in the sun.
So the first microphone, I have a question.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes when you're watching movie and but on my they should see if you are being wired.
Yes.
Is that the same thing you just showed us?
Maybe that would be a prop that they want to use. But obviously, if they want to check if a wire, maybe it's a CSI film or something. Maybe it's presumed, okay,
You
wire
are being wired and then someone is listening to you.
Yeah, but if you touch the person and if you take a very good sound mixer to switch between the lapel and the hook. So, for example, the way you just touch, if I'm mixing and you're touching that one, it means I need to know. That's why the sound mixer needs to know the story. You need to tell us, when you give me a job, for example, I rather want to know the story because I need to understand what I'm mixing. So if I know you are going to touch my point in the film, it means when it gets to that point, I need to be able to switch from the lapel to the hook really quick. So that I won't get that in the sound. Even if I have to get that in the sound, that's why you need to. So that's why you need to have like a solo track. So there is a recorder here. Let me quickly show you. This recorder records 8 channels. So with the 8 channel recorder, it means there's a setting that I have to switch to solo tracks. So it means wherever you touch on Uncle Ben's set, it doesn't have to affect whatever dialogue he is saying. You understand when he's saying. Because sometimes you put them together so that when you touch his set and this guy is talking, you can't take it out. So that is one thing that's really killing us. But you need to just know your way around. But it's always okay to switch to the boom, which we have the Sennheiser MK66 and then we have the MK8416. So these are my G's. I respect them so much because they get the job done. Aside the lapels and all those words and the frequencies, but these guys are made for frequencies so that you don't get any frequency interference. There are some times that you may record that you get radio station coming into your recorder. Most of the times, then it's crazy if you don't have these guys around. So, yep, that is. And I always try to keep my, batteries are being thrown away and all that. I always try to keep my things organized. I have like tons of these. These are for 9-volt batteries, and these are for AA batteries. Last one. Let me quickly tell you guys the last one. And this is my last sample. So, if we have editors here, we know one of the challenges is to sync sound and video. It's really crazy. And this is the guy that does the job. It's called time code, which sometimes we see on the time code. Yes. So with this time code, all I have to do is to jam the time code with my recorder, jam it. If we're using 50 cameras, I'll jam it with the 50 cameras and all the time is in sync. So when you get to post, the audio is there synced already with the video. You just listen to it. So that is that. Thank you.
So you had a question? Yes, I wanted to ask you that sometimes you have to go through the documents and then put something in the office. So now, I wanted to, is there any other way that they could do that without putting their hands in the clothes and all that?
Thank you. It's a very lovely question. I enjoy this question because, when we are on sets, oftentimes people feel the sound guy is always enjoying it because fresh ladies come, nobody gets the opportunity to touch them, but the sound guy is going to touch them. If you work with me, I can mic you without you even without mic. I don't really like that. It's their speech. I don't want to go there. So, rather unfortunately, there's something called bullets. So with the bullets, I screw it right on this. And then just pull your shirt this way, drop it down, that's all I'm done. And then I'll take it back here. I don't have to go through your bra or whatever you're doing.
That is that. You had a question?
Yeah, you said when you are singing sound,
It's called 10 tracking.
so if you are using 50 cameras, you jam it. How do you jam it?
Yes. So you go to every camera has a fine code settings. Just record like this person record, just scroll down.
If you are not seeing
time, this one time. This is record a slave. You see time code right? You hit here. You hit it. Okay.
if you are not seeing
The moment I do this, I go to jam. If I jam there, I jam from there. That's the end of the story. Wow. So that is a little magic.
Yeah. This is a lot of.
Yeah.
Come on, let's yeah. So basically, okay, so we are asking for a number. So you can mention them.
When you do sound as well, but number 6-0, 2-5, 9-8, 30, 6-0. The drummer just go down. How much
Thank you. I'll take it that you this time. You want to see we are
Thanks so well. My other comment is on how professionally people have expressed themselves on an internet. I was here yesterday, and today is an improved day of yesterday. And I like to say, you should all give a round of applause to my brother here. I mean, what I do, I'm a lefter. You don't when you're doing something, you must know what you do inside out. How do you be able to know what you do is by learning from people, reading, and asking questions. And my brother, let me give you. Yeah, you did so well. I'm so proud of you. And I would also like to tell you that take the opportunity to get to know somebody, connect to somebody who is in your lane. What's the person that produces something at the end of the day? And please be able to take note of his roots. Find out from them what have you been able to achieve after the event, and show those beyond for whatever they will be able to come out and participate in your next event. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, everybody.
The different person was 55,000. So, in this case, I was thinking that how then do we come together to agree on one thing? Because it seems quite impossible that you'll be able to gather everybody in the industry to understand that, let's say, this kind of project, it's taking 1 month or 2 months, and we all are supposed to charge like 5,000. And then there will be one particular person that will want the money to go behind and then go like, oh, this how much you are paying this person is too much, and so I think I'll take this, and then the person will agree to, as low as the person, whoever is talking about it, then keep taking that less money and then go and get the job done. How do we solve that?
The program has been insightful. Organizers that page. So kudos and God bless all God like you.
And the truth is, someone will still take 80,000 tomorrow. So, what I can teach you is how you can help yourself as an individual. As the entire organization is striving together, we will get there. I believe we won't, but it won't be tomorrow. So once we are all trying to become better out of it, how do I, as an individual, survive? Because if you don't survive, individuals make the body, individuals make the organization. If you are not surviving, it's pointless. The organization cannot function on its own. So, do we agree with that? That we are all going to push the agenda of unity, we are all going to push the agenda of structures and systems in our various groups. Because all of you do different things, and you don't all belong to one group. So wherever you find yourself, let's raise our voices to ensure the right thing is being done. But before that, how do we help ourselves? And the first one is branding. I am a producer. I am an executive producer. And that's an actress. But more often than not, when people talk about branding, they would only talk about my acting side. Because they believe that's what the audience needs to see. But as a filmmaker, as a producer, as an executive producer, how do I brand myself to make money off people? I mean, it's Ghana that most often than not, executive producers need to put money in our pockets. In other parts of the world, you go to other people, use their money for the investment, they think like pay them. Do we agree? Do we know this? The question is, why would someone give me their money money to invest in film. And when I started as a producer, I did the biggest mistake. I did not research. I did research to the best of my knowledge, but I did not really research. I did not research into the markets. Maybe I told people, who do you think I should market? And then someone will suggest. But I did not ask myself, why did this person suggest this app? In order for you to brand yourself, you need to understand the market. I had an argument with one of my directors who was saying there's a particular gentleman, an actor, and he sees him doing international projects, going to Hollywood and everything. And anytime he advises the young man to do certain things, maybe audition these international casting directors and everything, the gentleman, the actor would say, and he'll say, no, Kaliana, no bride. Then one day I asked the director, what is your vision for the actor? He said, I want to see this gentleman go to Hollywood. Then I asked the director, have you asked the gentleman his vision for himself? You see, the reason I asked everybody, what is your view? Because when we started, he said, we are nowhere. That is his point of view. I will ask someone else and the person will say, oh, we are in the middle. Someone else will say, oh, I'm not at the best. Because someone's destination is not your destination. And so many, they are the first to criticize. Someone will bring up and you will be like, I'm number one. When I was talking to my husband, I'm like, oh my. And my husband was like, oh, let me enjoy the movie. Come on, but I'm enjoying it, so they are being woman. You get it? As long as you feel like, oh, we are not doing extraordinary things. Like I think you are supposed to be doing it. But the question is, the person who is doing that, sorry for my language, moving with a woman, and then have you asked yourself, what is the person's vision? So, as individuals, we need to brand. But branding doesn't mean go and look at what someone else is doing. And I'm not going to give you 10 theories to say, oh, we need to be restoring, issues to do that. You need to reflect and ask yourself, where do I see my content going? Where do I want the content people around me to end up? But if we keep on criticizing and saying, you're not doing the right thing, you're not doing the right thing, what is the right thing? Please, am I making sense here? So number one, find out for yourself what you want to accomplish. And brand yourself in that light. You can be, someone said he was studying how to. Is there a study something? Sorry. Do you have, you see, we all spoke about what connects your right. Do you have social to show what you've done and where you're going? Yes, I do. No. Do you have a proper portfolio where maybe this gentleman says, oh, you're going to do some recording. I have some people coming from Ivory Coast next week. Send me your portfolio or send me a presentation to give them. Do you have it? Some you have a good. Sometimes you have a CV as a sample on it. And you're always putting it. The truth is sometimes you think it's only for actors, or it's only for people who are going to look for jobs as lawyers and, well, executive directors, huge organizations that will all. So that is very, very easy. Now, we attract clients. You want to raise it. But for now, we need to survive. Sometimes we keep thinking, international health, blah, blah, blah. And the people say they are managing and practice. They don't go school. When I am home, you don't speak. So what I said is, if you are staying in your at a certain age, you want to do things, you want to do good things. So when my people like people, so you don't get it, you're going to go international. Your mother will tell you, what's your name? Frank, after you finish, you are not working but you are busy. And you want to improve over your head. So we need to collaborate. You can't choose great movies out of pocket as individuals at our level. However, about 5-10 people can come together and put on a very good show. Give them a great movie. And something that you can also give your point of view. You won't wait. When you like to run a personal photo shoot, they know like that is a man. And you only wait for them. When you saw that the people was so bad, you can just, go to them. Sometimes I know we don't like to talk to our lives. But I want to say, listen, that was a good one. You tried. It wasn't the best, but you tried. Next time, can I work with you? Provide your expertise. Maybe today I also don't have so much money to pay. But because of that expert advice she comes, she will now choose the time, send it on a better platform. And next time she pay. So you need to give more advice. So we need to collaborate. All the time, I don't know industry, we do technical knowledge. I know this, I know that, I think this, I think that. But in reality, we are not putting it into action. That is our problem. We know all the English, we know all the things we're supposed to do, we know all the collaborations we're supposed to do. I will say it here, I will put it here, and that's the end. We want boys. So, in this little thing, please, the ones you're there, take the business out. No, take that business out. The ones you're there, are you shy? I'm talking about the Chinese way. In church. We are doing it about collaboration. You are one that sits with other people, you sit with them. I'm not even taking it now today. I'm not even taking the business now. I'm not looking at you. Take the business number. Just say hello. Even practice. Don't practice. Make it before. Don't tell me where this is. And remember the CV I spoke about. Send your CV to the person. Don't block anybody. Don't block anybody. Wait, don't block it. Don't block it. Be very careful. Then you send your CV to the person. This is who I am. How can we work together? And this is collaboration. And it's not rocket science. We do not even know where we are going to do for the entire parents to go to see how to collaborate with you. We are all. That is not higher. So what we do? Just take a picture of life. And sometimes we want to believe that, don't worry, one day I'll meet the big people. I'll meet the business. I'll meet the big directors. I'll meet the big people. And that time, you two collaborate with you. So the people you have today are the people you collaborate with. Eventually, we all go together. Do we understand? Now, I already spoke about Instagram and social media platforms. As filmmakers, not just as actors. it. I don't think anyone has branded themselves like that.
So my name is Benjamin Padi, from a production house called From Entertainment House Productions, BEM TV, we are on YouTube. And what we are also trying to do to help the upcoming artists is that, like for instance, we give you a set of production equipment, big Ghana States. We're going to give you like one microphone, we give you some recorder, we give you a professional camera, we give you tripod, we give you gimbal. So all these is a package just to help the upcoming followers. Aside that, we also looking at another where you're a musician, but you don't have a music video. What we're trying to do is that you register for our license, we go to shoot a music video for you, we promote it on social media. When you make it, we take our share, we take your share. Alright, so this is what we do. And then we also do this. If you want an iPhone, but you want to pay it on credit, when you get in touch with us, you can get your iPhone and you pay it. We can pay that iPhone and pay it to your doorstep and you pay the fee. That kind of stuff. Let me make sure you have in case you want more information about us. Thank you for calling us and whatever topic you can do to assist you. 7243 82. Are you writing down? 7243
Again. So this is just to say that we love the fashion festival. We are supporting from behind. We always be encouraging us. When you came in, you can just see what we are doing, and you are making inputs, letting us understand that this is a project we should keep on. And we would love to. We know you don't really want to be on screen all the time, but we would love to have you one day do a presentation, show us the best practices that film can do to enhance their business. So we show us how
for the first time, as related to that, I said, I love this. And that environment encourages me to push on. Thank you.
Right, thank you. I wanted to meet in your office, but I realized.
Our profession, dedicated characteristics of leaders of them. How many of us have finished a project? No matter how bad our industry is, we are still putting up something, right? We are still putting up content that people laugh. They watch and laugh. Even if they are laughing with us around they still laugh. So we take it. Sometimes we educate people about films. Our documentaries, our feature, our short film. How many of us have worked with people and after we finish, we said, give me a testimonial. Let me add it to my socials. Let me add it to my CV. How many of those testimonials? Oh, okay. Okay, did you ask the director or the producer, give me a 1-minute testimonial? It can be in the form of writing. It can even be a video. How many of us do that? James, I want to hear about that. You don't have a testimonial. And I mean, maybe not yours. It's one of these guys a testimonial. But we've been waiting for 4 years. No. It's actually not that's just like it. But testimonials are very important. Sometimes I will not come to you to ask you for please recommendation. But the fact that it's already on this social media account, the fact that it's on CV sends me, and I respect you so much, and I'll give you the video, and I will take it and ask you. But just because of that one sentence, that one line, I will work with you. So I think it's something we need to add to our day-to-day lives moving forward. So Please go ahead.
I think talking about testimonials goes beyond just the things. You know, you were specific with that. I want to say this to people those who are not. You talked about social media, and if you use LinkedIn a lot, you see that when you go down the profile of people, you find testimonials from people who work. You know, it's not just so make it a point to prioritize the social media profiles on social media, and you can ask people if you work with to put out testimonials. I've got some jobs that also
Thank you. Thank you so much. So you have gotten jobs because of that. So that's practice. Now I want to find where I sit in my organization, I receive a lot of letters. And sometimes from filmmakers who want money for my company. The number one rule is KYC. Banks use it a lot, some organizations use it a lot. But as filmmakers, I'm talking about producers, executive producers who are looking for funding for their projects, or sometimes even the individual content creators who need money to choose. KYC stands for know your client, but in this case, it's know your company and know your clients within the company. So somewhere 2 years ago, I was out of the office and the marketing manager in my office then was a German who doesn't like TV. You know that people don't own TVs. They're not religion or anything like that. They just make TVs a waste of their time. So in their phone, the way you like one of those people. Then the filmmaker comes to my company with number one, a crumpled proposal. Number two, a dirty proposal. And number three was short. So he comes to me and said, "You've been looking for an appointment so many times, and you finally get an appointment." And his pitch was, "Oh, I have this time, I have this time, and this guy has 1 million followers, and this guy has 500,000 followers. So please give us money to fund this project." Number one, the guy is a general who does not have a team. So the only thing you ask them is that throughout the entire team, do you know what you're doing? And the producer said, "Yes, it's the man who works for this company. She's the only person I know. Thank you for coming." Do you think it's really better? So he calls me into the meeting that I came from where I went. "I'm ready to come. One of the people came. He said something like, 'You know these things. You've lost the business before it starts, and just because of one thing. You do not know your clients within the company. The pitch you read, you didn't care about it. So, knowing your company, every company has its own vision, mission, and they have every company has its aesthetics. There can be 10 say real estate companies in Ghana, but they all stand for different things. Somebody would like the flamboyance, somebody would like the simple. The question is, the company you are going to, the company, what do they do? What do they stand for? Then apart from the company itself, the person you are going to meet within the company, what do they represent? And what do they believe? This German guy I talked about would have easily got into the proposal if he had started with the pitch or the hook of the story and the importance of the story to the community. Because my company is in line with people that do corporate social responsibility because that's CSR department. And before it has an organization committee. So since the story was already talking about social issues, all he had to do was to highlight that, and then the marketing manager will say, "Okay, then send it to the foundation part of the business, and foundation part of the business will give you money. That's all you have to do. But he went on to say, oh, Genesis is the right? So, because as an organization, we, in fact, my company, we have never done celebrity marketing from the inception of my company to now, and my company is about 3 decades old. We are 30 years old, and we have never for once done celebrity marketing. So you can have to money for money. If for 30 years you don't have, why would your company have celebrities in this movement organization? So you see, this is common knowledge of the internet that we are just taking advantage of, and we have noticed that if you had come to present social issues, you probably would have been able to. So before you go and pitch anything to any organization, know the company and know the individuals within the company. So you need to create a compelling pitch that caters for the organization or the sponsor you want to get. That's the first thing you need to do. And if you are interested in that, do crowdfunding. Now it's not easy to crowdfund. Now that you have come, I can find it and go over there. No, because I can't stay with that. No, we network. I can't stop talking about network. I can't stop talking about the importance of network. So the next time I said, go to the person on your left and take the person's number. Now let's try to get it. The person on your right is the one who took your number, right? Now tell that person to tell the next person to give the number to. So if you get your number to him, tell him, just put the lady on the table. When you talk about networking, people take it like the foundation of greatness in the world. You know, this is the later part of the organization because I have the food. And you're competitive before. And I am nice and you know how to do. Okay, let's go. Now, you need to build relationships with people in the industry. Sometimes as focus on working for organizations, or not just the market participants, but the people we see in the industry can connect us to the market. The first time I saw my way was from someone in the industry saying, I thought that was more knowledge of it. But it took someone in the industry telling me that, oh, these people pay better than this. So take a look. It was just a sentence. I gave money. So don't think that person that you cannot give a million dollars, so they don't give you a way for paying $1 million. And it is the last sentence we need to participate. People press off the lesson. So I'm glad you're here today and you come next year because even if my presentation was wrong, you meant something. And I'm hoping that by next year, the person you meant here gave you the opportunity to make money some way. Or even if they didn't give you the opportunity to make money, they gave you a connection. Or they even gave you words of wisdom that help you throughout the year. If you like my presentation, my name is Barry Gray. If you thought it was boring, my name is Jesus. Thank you very much. Shall we pray?
Yes, he said, as I said, they are me, and I will listen up. It's I've come to realize that when trying to make a statement, it's only about collaboration. How important that is. When a young person has a become experts or you go to film festivals, you meet those who are already on top of the areas. And now you want to collaborate with these people. Even get a chance to talk to them about the problem. Because they think you were nobody who knows you what that you time. But one thing you've forgotten is that there are always dispensations in filmmaking. In as much as we have qualities in filmmaking, now the scope of filmmaking is changing. So if we refuse to bring up the young talented ones who are learning, who don't have, let's say, the practical experience, if we refuse to bring them in and nurture them for them to become like who we are, then at the end of the day, there is always going to be a disconnection. And that's what's actually happening in academia right now, because the students in the film schools who are learning don't have any connection with the industry. Those who are already on the floor. And when you get the opportunity to link up with them, even sex so up, the person will tell you, oh, I have a production, please, can I get what I'll tell you before you realize the person is
Okay, should I So before I proceed, let me have some thoughts. First off, when you say collaboration, it means bring something, make a person. Now, that's collaboration. Not collabo. Now, you, the young learner, what are you doing? That is why I said, find yourself. You want to work with me. You've taken my university. Rabbi said, you should go to our left, go to our right, move beyond, and take it. Tomorrow morning, I'm sleeping because I'm tired. Hi. Hello. How are you? I'm going to tell you. Good afternoon. We enter the program. My name is Pam. I'm going to he said collaboration, so please can we collaborate? How do you want anyone to answer this ground? What do you want to think? That is why I was asking you to see so when you see that the conversation is constructive, hi, my name is the rest of the Expo, this is what I do, this is what I got, this is what I can bring on board. That is what I'm saying. See, human beings naturally are selfish. Every human being is selfish. If I'm not getting anything from you, why should I give you my time? The only reason I will collaborate with you is if I believe our collaboration will be worthwhile. I am not your teacher. That is why you have now to go with your teacher. I am not your man. So in order for me to work with you, it needs to be worth my time. Whether you like it or not, human beings are selfish and nobody wants to do nothing in this world. So in order for them to want to work with you need to make it worth their time. And by making it worth their time, you write a good skill about yourself, you do a little profile, you do a little presentation. The next thing you do with your goals, you do it and let me see a future working with you. My young brother, I just got told me one day that I'll mention the producer's name, but when the producer wants a him with experience, he told the producer, when you're done with school, whenever you're ready, I'll shoot for you. And we all know how much I can take this. I just did short auditions for me. He's not a very big producer, and he won so many awards. He became an international sensation. But it was because he brought something to the table. He could see the future with it. Otherwise, not a lot. But let me get this time after that.
Top plate.
So, you see the question with us. But for me, the thing is, when you call somebody who is an old student, she said, what are you doing? I've had a chance to offer people opportunities to work with people in the industry. Young people who I felt are kind. You know the first thing they do? They said that do this. And out, they were excited for the work they were going to do, was getting more than the industry person was charging for the work. Some of us had the opportunity of getting recommended by others to I really know it from Ghana. At the end of my time, I have said these words. And I was recommended by my lecturer when I was in school. When I got called and said, I heard about you, come, have this lecture for you, come and buy it. I didn't ask him, say, how much are you paying? The gift was I want to call you to come and work in his company was right. And so it is your willingness to put yourself out there first. That you will get through this. That's what I want to say. At the end of the day, you need to put yourself in a position where you are learning as much as you can. Now, what I was saying, if anybody calls me for a project, I will tell you how much I will charge. If the person is able to afford it, if the person cannot afford it, I will do. And so, we want to collaborate with your findings doesn't count because there's somebody for you.
Thank you very much. Another thing I would like to ask you, when you get an opportunity with one, all you need is one person. Because everybody knows everyone. Because everybody knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. Right? So when you get an opportunity with just one person, make the best of it. So as a young person, I learned very fast by people. So I sat down and said, why is everybody using their feelings and why? Anyway, we don't know rabbit salads. Rabbit salads are all people with some and just shade actors in the industry. So it's not like we need to but what is that? That's all I wanted to do. Until the young people showed me. So, call time is 8 a.m. You able to work at GT Hanman or Bangladesh. You know you'll be there for that. What about you today?
6 days.
So I remember the first year I was trying. I didn't know what to do. I was in the field. Then I got really much of recommendation. So he was trying to sit down like that. Then I went are you actually there? Then he said, I have to be alone. This game is a contagious system. And mind you, James is here. I'm not one who will work here on people. James, I'm not going to be your president. And I'm not going to be show you game of right now. I'm doing another thing. So, I just think game of this time is very easy for me. I'm waiting for Brad. See that? You said I should be in 20 I was looking for Brad. And Brad was saying, the poor was going to be a maybe a couple of times. And you know what? So why? Oh, I'm coming. Yesterday, and I'm coming. I think it's almost 1 hour later. My name is not Brad. I'm coming. Then I look like let's shoot some see without Brad. So we're supposed to start in the morning. What we have stages. We started at 8. Brad wanted at about 3. Then my teacher also, hey, come to me. I was in the Say what? Mama was in the You know okay, that means he's already shot some things. Be patient. Where they will go. So the person that is already to come and I'm people but I'm still seeing how people are in do you think our work without No. Do you think any of my friends will ever want to wrong? Do you think even my enemies will wrong? Because if you come to me, oh, Rabbi, I saw you this gentleman, I don't know if he's a very reasonable money. I say, so even if I have to pay the extra like 10 times more, I hope because I will save you money eventually. Because getting your crew on set, getting your equipment on set, and your set is delayed for even 1 hour is a lot of money. So when you get the opportunity and someone finally says yes to you, make sure you put out the good behavior there. And after that, you ask for a testimonial. Because if you put out a good attitude, then it's easy for you to ask for a testimonial. And who can? See, that's the testimonial. If you're going for a bill, I remember meeting someone at the British House and said, can you please send me what's my program for now? Just a 20-second video of you, sir. It's only paid for the program, sir. I know what you're going to do, but I'm like, you know this is right. Yes, like I was saying again. Filmmakers, listen well. Nobody knows as anything. If the person refuses to endorse your program, go to the next person. But let the next person works at I once met plans and thoughts. And I was like, oh, I think I need to change some. And probably I will let them do it. She was like, oh, baby. How was it? I'm like, okay. Where's the first thing rejected the endorsement? She's like,
well, I'm not very into the project. As I say, I go to program, so a big thumbs up to the members. It has been an experience for me.
Thank you so much. All right, I think I will spend quality time with each person can we don't sometimes we gain some knowledge. I believe when we go back, we shouldn't allow the day to just go back. To really make use of what we learned and the next time the next time. My name is Benjamin. So I see
So what you see here, we try to make a story. A story in the sense that you can see this represents an African priest or priestess, and this represents a priest in the church. So there are two priests here. Now, these two priests, both of them are carrying a team, and you believe it. Now, you believe it based on who you are. So if you are an African, you are an African who believe in African whatever. So whatsoever this person tells you, you believe it. You are not prospering, you are not doing this, you are not doing that because of this, that, because of generation, this, that. You believe it because that is who you are. Now we come here. This represents a man of God. You are a believer. This man says, and I heard the voice of God. God said this, drop this for this to work for you. You believe it because you are a believer. So you believe this person because you are an African. You believe this person because you are a believer. So in other words, wherever you are, whatever you do, you believe in what you think works for you. So that is what the story we are trying to do. These two people, their mouth is to a deity. Both parties are mouth is to a deity. And they tell you what you want to know, and you believe based on who you think you are. Yeah.
So that's what we have.
All right. Do we have any questions for members? Yeah.
Okay, so when you come to Ghana, there are every say tribe has their way of dressing and with regards to their priests. So if I may ask, which one does this specifically represent?
Okay. Thank you. So this, I will call it a film priest. Not specifically any tribe. I will call it a film priest. Personally, now if you come to Everland, our priest, you don't wear this. Personally, our priest in real life, you see him in a singlet, tie wrapper, and he just 1 or 2 carrying on the hand. That's it. When you go to Ashanti region, the priest will be different. When you go to the priest will be different. But in film, so let me quickly use this to explain that. Now, what the costume designer do in film or in theater, our work is to bring the writer vision into life. So even if a deaf person cannot hear the sound, what the character is wearing, a deaf person can tell that this is this. So our work is to bring the writer's vision into life, the writer or the director's vision into life, right? So in doing that, we have a film interpretation or theater interpretation. At the end of the day, as an African or human being, once we see cowrie, automatically something comes into our mind that the cowrie is representing something, because we have the notion from how we were raised, who we are, that cowrie represents something. So once we see it, even if it's a piece of art, we have our own interpretation for it already. So this is a film interpretation of a local priest or a chief priest or what we call it.
Thank you so much. Any other questions?
So basically, I want to find out if
So, yeah, we're interested. There are people that actually do good work. Well, that's our calling to us 0243 426 990, or you can meet my team, they'll give it to you as well. We are on WhatsApp, we are on IG, we are called Akuvi Tele Costume Village on IG. On Facebook, we use Gift Marina Society.
can you go by the number?
Yeah, 0243 426 990. So on IG is 2, we have Lady Society or Akuvi Tele Costume Village. All our works posted there. Now, these things you see here are costumes we use for various productions that are already out, which I'll just do by mentioning some of the names that we. So this, for example, was a film we did last year. It was screened in Africa, Nigeria. They will have the character priest, the priest, an evil priest, and that character was Kefiat. He played the priest, so this was his costume in the movie Scar. It's not yet out in Ghana, but it was screened in Africa last year. Yeah. Now this, if you watch, this was used for 2 different people. One was in the film Kutam. It was an epic film, Kutam, the priest warriors. And then, if you have seen the book In the Chest of a Woman, yeah, so the recent one, it was a male, the priest. This was his costume. I mean, the male don't actually have this, but the female have this. And also in Anakudu, we have the priest played by Michael Afrani. We also have this one in Anakudu, right? So when we come here, this is a section of epic. What you see here was not what's like this. These are grey bafts that was dyed into the colors based on the production color palettes, right? So a color palette is when a script is given to you, you analyze with the DP and then the gaffer and also the director's vision and the art director to more colors. The colors represent the tone and the mood of the project, right? So if it's about drama and all those things, we break it down. If it's about comedy, we make it loud. So Kutam was a series shown on Rock and produced by Venus Films. And to God be the glory, we won our first award through the film Kutam. Yeah, and it was epic. So we dyed this based on the colors we were working with. For example, this color like this, I remember my team were calling it Kutam black, in a sense that when you're going to buy dye, we have chemicals we use. You can never get grey dye or ash dye. So we have to create the dye to give us the grey color we want. If you see, we have deep blue here, we have light blue here. So what we do is that the quantity of dye I pick
the color of what I'm looking for determine the level of water I mix with the dye to create this. So you see the various colors. Some of them we increase the dye and limit the water. Some of them we increase the water and limit the dye. So it gives us variety. We need to get variety, but everything has to be dull colors. And this very one in the Church of a Woman, played by the character Usu Ajiman, played by Gadide Segbefia. So the third leg, where he came back from battlefield and then the character was seduced by the cousin. So this was the costume. Those in the Nika, there was the costume. So the accessories you see here were what we used to decorate her cousin that came to seduce her. When the fabric behind James over there, that came. So the idea was she's coming to seduce, so she needs to look very loud and sexy, everything. Right. Now, let me come to the wrap here. The blue dress you see, if you have seen, if you follow the glass menagerie, break down, they are about 30 years to the glass menagerie. So there are two controversial characters. We have Amanda and we have Tom. So this was Amanda's costume. This was representing at the reporter and the director was from Michigan. So the character, they didn't call this scene and play the character Amanda. So that was her costume. Yeah, and this happens to be a wedding dress. Let me say, not your normal everyday wedding dress, a film budget wedding dress for a character in the film, gold dress for Rock. Yeah, and this was the suit for the room for the same gold dress for Rock. This was for the same gold dress. So we're supposed to create a medieval kind of costume. And like again, I would say film budget medieval costume. Because you have a film, then there's a budget you have to work with, and you have to.
So we have this of the comic book. The entire story is something that's not a prince. To engage, to came back to the next space and so this is how the costume so this happens to go great and for so I actually want the costume to do this small trick it's a small trick so that's the costume so we also make costumes do costume for somebody we do actually see actually so we have a story about it. So the visual effects, so this is the visual effects for the first time that we space. It's called so these are some of the plots, the costumes there, the developments for the actual and the other things are there. So this is a picture of how the effects will be. It's just like what you have to so we are pushing we want to see the industry, we want the effects of the level. So it's not like we don't have this talent. The talents are there. Yes. We have all those skills. It's just that to the support. That's what we do. But if this can be something like a body of they are and you can do it and it's the finish that to say the story is very good. The story is very good. So next one.
So, do you have questions?
Let me try because we did as well. This anime.
But is this something where we can access this or any platform we can access? Is this for any platform we can access?
You see, so these are the scholars of the so we will go back to okay. So this is the international anime concept, transferring concept and Expo, also languages. As a community, we have somebody who has and the next one. So these are the characters we use it's the key to forward So we actually created same how you see the yeah, so we try to make it good design. So we are actually building up those stories and then make them into super things. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yes. And the very last one. Yes. Play. So this is what we have. So this is Suman. So he saw that actually for the phone. And then I saw that so I so he's like, I said, you also do from something. Yeah, so maybe someone so we just we can actually feel the cross. We have to so I think that's all
Yes. Alright. Thank you so much for coming out and practice.
An act for academy. A literary Shamala is purposely for holistic healing. So that's the
So how do we get access to the we sell wholesale or man?
I'm on Instagram to Snapchat. Yes, Snapchat. And then that course is and then
that's where we do props and pictures. It depends on the scene that we are working on. That makes sense. Whatever is needed for then as cinematic, set design or production design is the engine behind cinematic. So you just see whatever is visual, it's been done by production design. So these are some of the things we've done. These are paintings. So we do paintings that makes that really different. So you get to see how it's done. It's like more of a 3D this time for people think it's a house, a real house. This is we also do events, sets for events. These are some of the sets that we do for events. So the events you can do both vintage and digital. It's LED screens. So this is a particular set production that was done the Dawns of Sakura. I mean, reading the Dawns of Sakura. These are special effects where we brought through someone's eyes. And then we are also looking at someone we tell you the late Jerry Wallace. As his young we did the fire.
Yeah, that's the song.
The song. We do the next. And what happens is we do professional. So there's something called the story. We do it professional, so we do the story. Looking at the image sizes and everything, we have to consider that house has known the inputs of the crops and then how we can change the sets. And we also look at the scope breakdown. When you give us a script, we don't just come to the nation. We break the script down into stands, what we are using in terms of the cast that we are going through. We are also looking at special effects. Like in a particular scene, we script all those things down before we come to the set. We are also looking at just transforming this young lady to be a body.
Thank you so much. Right?
Yeah, this is so this guy, he's our general ambassador to Health. He has done movies since 8 Hollywood movie. He did it in Nairobi. he created a Mutata. There's this bus in Nairobi or in Kenya where they draw characters. He drew Van Damme. Van Damme was the producer of the film. Gold Coast, he did the art direction and the production design. So we have a lot of testimonials and projects we've done on the film industry.
All right. Thank you so much. Where can we find you?
So with Hilton, you just go to Ambassador, please, do Hilton.
The industry can come through you. You're having 6 months course, you're having 1 year, you're having something, you can take them for a short while, or want to become a team. You normally train people for that, you normally come in their bodies, and you're always happy about that. And also, we are having our equipment. And I hope, since we are all into filmmaking, I hope you all know what it is. So we are having our smoke light. This is one of them. We are having our light, we are having our tripod. This is, we are having our gimbal. This is a form of tripod, another type of tripod. And we are having our, so we are having our light, our stereo, our light. This, I think this 180K. And we're having this one over there too, this one a tripod, that one too is on a tripod. So, and also we normally rent our equipment. So anything you see, whether there's a tripod, gimbal, anything over here, we rent them. When they come out, that's Sony Alpha 6400. You know, you see that most of the Hollywood movie or most of the movie around the world, that's what they use currently to shoot. It's a very nice and very powerful camera and very expensive. That one too can rent it. And also we are having a promotion for everybody. We rent all these things for at least 500 cedis a day. So if you want to rent it for your own production, you can come to it. You can take our number over there and call us for mentioning our phone. So our number is 0243 820090.
Hello.
We have some up-and-coming filmmakers.
Good afternoon, I'm good evening.
Yes. And then people who are working on some budgets. Do you have special packages for like students?
I'm working right now, so
that
that's
your for their own production.
we are all busy, so I'll call you.
We are running a promotion. And we are having the equipment all goes for 500 cedis a day. The whole day, you use 500 cedis. If you really want a videographer, you can only give you a videographer to go with him or her. Or anything.
For the 500?
No, that's a special package. But if you want all our equipment, that's 500 cedis. But maybe your budget is very small, or you don't have enough budget on you. Maybe you can come and see the management and then you can see some of the students. Because always with that student, you always need some support and help in their productions or their assignments. Yes.
Alright. Okay, we have a question.
Okay. Yes, you are located at Accra. Yes, closer to Tema. So you are not in Accra.
It's Accra.
You don't school in Accra. It doesn't matter. Distance is not a barrier. If you want to achieve something, distance is not a barrier. You can move from Tema to Accra to just pick them and go. If you only want to do what you want to do, so you can pick them and just call it and one thing to you. Any question? Any questions? Any questions? If you also want to come to the training school, you are always ready to train us. Thank you so much. Yeah, so take the number. You can hear all the management will sort it out. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Alright, so tell us what we're doing here. And please before we start, our company creative people studios, and I would want us to go to the screen and to watch something really simple or you want us to talk about why it. Alright, so this is innovative people studio, and as you can see, we have camera equipment from cranes to deep arms to dollies, tracks for cameras, everything. And these are some of the people we've worked with in the industry so far. You can see music videos of all the prominent artists from Sarkodie to Q Promise to Stoneboy to just mention them. This shows our reputation, and you can see camera mounts. So what you are seeing is called a car mount. This helps you to mount any camera on the car. It's stacked so well that you can shoot. So if you watch music videos and you see cameras from the side, this is how you go about it. And this that was how to be. We've had so many projects. So I mean, later on you can come and interact with the screen and see more about it. So let's go back to the table and talk about some of the things. So as we all know, there are so many types of mounts that we have in the film production. We have so many, you've seen some of them over there, like a gimbal we saw, and also have another mount here, which you mount on your shoulder. So if somebody can tell me, please can tell me. So you hold it in your hands. We have to adjust. You can adjust this one. Yes, so that this will lie on the shoulder while you shoot. Gives ability to the camera and it comes with movement. If you really want to go that fast with the camera, usually you watch the Hollywood movies, you will see the two piece with section. And then when you come here, you can also see some of our mounts. But you can see if I actually take it off, it's so hard for you to invest because when you start into the table or to the car or to any object, it carries cameras. Those cameras are very expensive. So you make sure, and then have a body mount. This one here. So usually you watch films like Bad Boys 2, the recent one, and when you go to the bus, you realize that Smith had some nice body cam scenes in there. So this is how we do it. One interesting thing about the gadgets you are seeing here today is that they were built in Ghana. This was built here. This is built here. This one. So as you can see, these are local metals that are used. Built everything. So it is possible to improvise and get things done. Let's get the J-Pump over here. You can see one big structure like this. And this is a crane. We want to call it G-I-D. Yes. So this whole thing was also constructed here. It wasn't bought from anywhere. The gadgets, these ones were bought to accompany it, but the metals that you can see was built here. And then this will Alright, so when we are doing productions, right? There are some camera movements, trust me. You even if you have a drone, it's better shot with a crane rather than using what? The drone. Because possibly the movement you want to do, and maybe you might unmount your camera from the mount to continue the shot. And all these things will happen what the stabilizers. Okay, like the gimbal over there, it stabilizes your camera and it helps you move. So if I switch my gimbal off, I can move into any direction with my camera, as you can see. I can rotate it and take it in any direction whilst I move around with the mount. And because it's a crane, you can also extend it as long as you want it to be. And these metals here also help with balance. This is just one because there is no camera on it. Depending on the weight on the camera on the mount, we'll show the amount of metals that we have here to make sure it balances. Please, I hope you get it. Yeah, so let's look at these two and then the spider cam and then we'll be done.
So these are all locally manufactured?
Yes. Yeah, that's very great. Alright, so let's move here and look at the one at the top first before we come to the dollies. Yeah, so this is one called a spider cam because usually when we're watching football, then you realize that there's one camera up there that is always taking a high angle or a very high angle from the top. And sometimes it comes on more than one. This is just one line, sometimes it ends on two or four lines. So what is spider cam? And it's remotely controlled. The advanced ones that you can automate it. So it tracks the people one is remotely controlled. So we have the gear on the floor. That's when you switch your remote controller on. Now I can use the paddle to control move it. So it's quite smooth, so there won't be any shakings in the camera. And since this one is not on hard quality, adds the output of your video, so you get someone to push you, and it's really smooth to realize that it goes down. But this is more like an advancement of this. Yes, so instead of using this, you can just mount your camera here, which has a stabilizer remotely rather than setting.
And this is also locally manufactured.
Yes, the tripod wasn't, but the track you are seeing are all locally manufactured.
So should someone
very good. That's what I'm telling you. This is more advanced than this because sometimes a plus size person will want to sit and it will be heavy. So what you do is rather we'll give you the remote control, fix it, and you sit, relax, look at the scene, and then just control it that way. So because of technological advancement, some of these things are going down whilst they are using things that actually make the work easier, no matter your size.
So what should be the budget of someone who is interested in having this? And where should the person go for it to be authentic like this?
Okay.
How many money you can recommend?
It's all camera mounts yes, camera mount So if you want to purchase something for yourself,
where on the site started reading, so the director has to take read, and so we just take it away master shots, we go in the read, our hands to project. So I think looking at the low budget, we can also take advantage of the normal rates so that whatever we can put it in. That's my next experience.
Alright, thank you very much. This is your experience, any other you can get. Okay, so the video is ready, and without wasting much time, I would like to invite our first guest to come and have a very short discussion with us. And then these are some of the things he has been doing as a film producer in America. The perception he was the production manager. Thank God it's Friday in KSA. He has worked on that show as a producer. Nairobi by Expo. He was the location manager on set. Majority Soccer Academy. He was also a producer. The famous TV show, he was also a producer. And a Grammy TV show, he has worked on that as a EOP. So looking at this profile, I can attest to it that he is more aggressive than for industry because he has worked in various departments. So without wasting much time, I would invite Mr. Ado K. Nati.
It's 801.
I'd like to talk to the second of our responsive questions, which is the next.
Okay, so as you rightfully said, my name is Edwin Alex Ignati. That's Assistant Division Officer in the Fire Service. So I'm in the Public Relations Department. And so I'm sure a lot of you might have seen Fire Service team. Already, if you haven't, you can go and check it out. So we are trying to again bridge the gap between the public and firefighters, especially to change conceptions or misconceptions through production. And so, especially since I have a production background, I'm here to share some views on how together we've been able to help the film industry with some special needs or some special effects so that some things are achieved. At least in students, where I'm at where I am, I've been able to afford some practical help or assistance to filmmakers, who needed our assistance. I think the most recent one was the top brainstorming committee. We created some magic at the new fishing harbor, and then also alleged the other production of activism. Nobody will have yes, the production manager. So really very good. So we created yes, also around the Hebrew. So with firefighting or with the fire service, there's a lot that we can help with production. We just saw a bit of it when it comes to rain. But one thing people often forget is that safety is one thing you can't take away from your set, especially if you're using gas or if you're using fires, especially in a closed area. You can't just use isolation. You definitely need at least a firefighter who has some basic knowledge how to manage situations when it happens at different stages. So when you're using a gas cylinder, for instance, it's important to know that when you're using a gas cylinder, someone probably will get a big bucket of water as standby, that in case the fire gets out of hand, you use the water to fight the fire, you kill yourself and kill everybody. Because you can't pour water on gaseous fire. It's just like using frying your cocoa at home. When you put your cocoa in water and you dip it, you put it in your hot oil, you realize that you get the feedback. So apart from the technology side, you have to also bear in mind that safety is a very important requirement when you are shooting. So with the fire tenders, the tender is not enough. You need the tender with the pump. The pump is also propelled and give pressure to the water to be able to come out of it. So then we have what we call dividing bridge. It's a tool that divides the branches. So you realize that because you just can't have a rain. One rain when it's just coming on the side, and you realize that the other side is very dry. It means that I don't know where this rain will happen. You need to be able to get rain coming from different angles to be able to tell a story and to be able to make it real. So as a film producer, you need to be able to let the fireman know that you, even as a film person, know what you want and know what to achieve. So you can probably ask him that you have a dividing bridge. They'll be very impressed if you ask them that. So the dividing bridge will divide it so that one person here will be using the branch and another person here using the branch to be able to create that illusion. Also, if you want to probably create a smoke effect, a white smoke effect, and you don't have any smoke, so the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher, for instance, it gives you that white effect. It's not poisonous. So if you have to create probably a quick smoke effect, you can probably just use the carbon dioxide and to give you that effect over there. So if you need a smoke and you feel like maybe you're in an enclosed area, you can't risk starting a fire in that enclosed area. Getting the carbon dioxide, you realize that you're creating CO2. Getting a CO2 extinguisher is good. So maybe on action, especially if you're not recording sound, you hear the smoke, then raise the emission of smoke. So there's a lot of ways that we can even help. And one other thing is that you realize that when we go to fight fires at areas that, when we fight fires at areas like Makola, and people will be like, well, we don't want to use you, because they will see a lot of foamy water on the ground. It's called the foam concentrate. It's a special substance that we use to fight fires involving gas or oil. So yesterday like this, there was a tanker, a gas tanker, that was attended that home. I was there the whole day. And we had to use the foam concentrate to be able to cool the gas tanker. Since it had fallen, gas expands, once it moves. So if it expands, that's why when we go to the gas station, don't let them fill the gas to the brim, because if it expands, it will explode. If it expands, because you carry it on your head, which is your car, it will be shaking and by the time you get home. And some of them in a hurry to they have been pushing, they carry on, they catch them on, you know that killing yourself. So we use the full concentrate as a measure to cool down the gas to prevent it from exploding. So this is full concentrate. If you want to create the buchabagan, you can use the full concentrate to create a smoke, because it's like a foam, and once it passes through we call what the water passes through, we call it branch. The thing that we call it branch. So you can either spray, or you can either, so you tell them that you want to spray. So if it's coming out, if the concentrate is coming out in a spray form, and it's falling out, it's going to create the emission of, what's it called? It's going to create the emission of the snow. And the dry chemical powder, for instance, is also another way to create another emission if you want to create a white sand. The only problem is that substance is a bit poisonous. So maybe if you're using it, unless of course, maybe you're using it to establish someone sitting down without using your hand, getting to the mouth, you can use that also. So there's a lot of things that you can rely on us, and then you can be able. So as a front person, if maybe any of you have a production, let me know exactly what you want. I can be able to probably recommend to you how you can communicate to the people, or even if you need the fire tender to be able to execute to it. Yes, you have to be small, but you have to be small, but I'll be able to recommend how you should be able, or what you should ask for. Because if you don't know what you are asking for, then you just bring the fire tender and then you'll be like, and you should come to me after. So then these are some of the things. So I'm open to questions, and as the questions come, I'm sure I'll be able to explain a few more things. So any questions? Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much for the insightful presentation tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the insightful presentation. I really enjoyed the presentation, how you can use the fire extinguisher to aid in special like soon. My question is, how are they, if somebody is shooting and there's supposed to be a fire extinguisher, fire tender also in and out, your services will be for that one. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, unfortunately, in Ghana here, one thing that we are open to is that if someone comes up with a nice show about fire service, unfortunately, we don't have money to give the person, but then the person will have our support. If the person is any better to get sponsorship, we will be able to help the person raise money for that and then help a little bit with the logistics. So, if, so as I said with the rain, for instance, if you need a fire tender for a rain, if you let me know the area, I will probably talk to the commander of the area, and then we'll let them know that with this one, this is what we want to create. So we need a branch that can spray, that can create the effect of spray. Or you can, as I said, you can let them know that you need a dividing breaching, so that, and so again also, it depends on how big you want to, how big the rain you want to create. Are you creating a rain for one person, for two people, or for a huge group of people? If it's a huge group of people, then we'll have to evaluate to see that whether a single fire, and how long you know the rain, how many takes. Some directors will tell you take 1, take 2, take 3. The water, it doesn't replenish on this one, it's getting finished. It's getting finished. So if you do take 1, take 2, take 3, that one tender will probably finish, and you'll have to move and go and look for maybe a place to replenish and come back, and you'll be wasting time. So you have to know what you want, what you have to put in place. So if maybe you feel like with the effect you want to create, one fire tender will just be enough. You probably now see another corner stroke. But if you feel you can do the one fire tender, then you can ask for what I said, dividing breach. It looks like a Y of a salt. So the Y of a salt, the whole one is placed here, another is placed here. And if it's a group of people, one can be here with a spray, another can be here with a spray, and together to create that emission in the air. So yes, so you need to know what you want, and then be able to ask. But if you just tell them like the fire extinguisher will come and people will just be standing there. You told them to come. So you just have to know what you want and go for it. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. In the frequency we have in our system now, into the kind of police as a result of how we know, or if I can't see that, what should I say in the letter? Because we know in the program is like six months. So when should we start? Because when we start the process, we don't want to be shooting, and then before we start now, people actually say, what should we implement? Because I'm taking 3 months to work my film, and I want to start. You are doing 6 months program. When should I start the process? Who should we see? If you are worried, you are the champion. You don't know about things.
Okay, so at least for now that I'm at the headquarters public relations, the Cobra, I'll try to reduce it for you. I can't speak for my brothers in the police service. But at least if you give yourself, maybe you know what, the letter with fire service, for instance, when you write, you address it to the chief fire officer. So if you address, so it depends. If maybe you're doing it in Kufridia, you don't need to necessarily write to the chief officer. You just write to the regional commander. And then you'll probably detail the name. So realize it's a process. You have to intimidate it to the staff officer. Staff officer will now later dispatch to the commander for the station, and you also now get his crew on standby. So give yourself a bit of a month. Give yourself a bit of a month. We are not yet computerized like that. So you know, to be manual small. So you give yourself a bit of a month, and you know, once you get in touch with me, I'll do my best as the police filmmaker to try and push it. But for my brothers in the police, now their systems have changed. So they are all 6 months graduate. Any more questions, please? More questions? Any questions? It can be about safety. Anything.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Raphael. I should know. I wanted to know, not every family who is interested in moving media knows about what you just told us. So how best is the person bringing this information closer to the ordinary man? Do you go to the universities or other stakeholders to talk to them about this so that they will also have the idea? If for one day they have a big today, I would have known that if I have to do it for me, I have to see the facts of this person. Thank you very much.
Well, our hands are full, so we will really, our hands are full with fire education, trying to help people understand fire. So, to be very honest, we don't really that much when it comes to filmmakers like this. That's why opportunities like this, we make ourselves available and accessible so that some of this information can go around. We already are filled with people saying that we go to fire stations without water. So we are doing our best. We are doing our best to change that narrative. So with this, it's something that we accessible. If you come to the PR office, that's why we are ever ready to take you through. If you want to, even if as a group you want to orient yourself with the fire tender and go around the fire tender, it can be arranged. So that once you orient yourself, like I believe that's a group. That's one thing I would suggest. Come together, write a letter that you want to take a tour to a fire station. Take a tour to the fire station. See all the things that we do. People limit us to firefighting, but we do road traffic education. Yes, whenever there's an accident and people are trapped, don't call the police first. Call the fire service first. When people are trapped, call the police, then call the fire service. Because if the police can, they'll just direct the traffic. You have to put your hands behind their back and wait for us. The person who is dying will not be there waiting for you to go. So if you call us quickly, will be able to come there. You realize that people will be like, oh, then you might end up damaging the person. This is rather than helping the person, because the person's final call will be at risk. If you are able to go, we are the people that you call. So once you come to a station and you go around, you have to see the various breaks trying to break other things. All those stuff, it's supposed to be happening. So when you take a talk, so as a group, if you write a letter that first episodes orientate yourself in our operations, I might think it's one taking around. Show what you stay in the 5 minutes, and that's creative. I'm sure to take you around. You start getting some ideas, with the things that you see, and it will help you in coming up with your scripts or planning, because I'm sure maybe one of my colleagues back in the film school, Major Vine, he was my classmate. He has wild scripts every time. And some of the things, not only in film school, I was telling you, is it achievable? So it's important that when you get to take a talk one day, know what is available. If you are dreaming or you are planning, then you can know that, okay, based on this dream, as big as or as far-fetched as it looks like, it is achievable because of what I've seen over here. Yeah, so that's right.
I want to ask a question. I want to know if maybe you want to even shoot a movie,
okay,
and you want a fire service. 2 in 1.
Okay, then someone should put the mic on his take the mic closer to.
Okay, for instance, if I want to shoot a movie and I want to get to maybe the fire service, or I need their services, what are the requirements and the cost involved?
Okay, so the cost will differ. We don't really, to be honest, we don't really have a specific cost that you pay. Okay. The unfortunate thing is that, as of now, we've always said that as a service, we are struggling when it comes to logistics. So you'll be surprised that if we are shooting inside Amasaman, right now, our tender at Amasaman is out of commission for about 8 months now. So the nearest fire tender that might probably attend to might be at Anya. So if they have to move from Anya coming, we don't obviously have to supply, pay their fuel. You can't also have them the whole time, because as they are moving from Anya, it means that if there's any fire within the Anya or that area, there will be a deficit somewhere. So you might apply, it might not really be a guarantee, because let's say Anya, for instance, if there's no fire tender at Anya right now, the next fire tender that will attend to fires at Anya will be either Dansuman or which is also sport. No, we just can't have sport. That's the problem we are facing in Ghana. I can't say this on TV because election year. So that all that analysis can be made. All that analysis will be made. Then the commander will decide whether he can really. So it depends on us, all us Ghanaians as filmmakers, that let's call the government to open the fire service, because if we have enough fire tenders all around Ghana, we'll be able to get enough to be able to let out, knowing that once this tender is even out of this area, we wouldn't be lacking. Because as a commander, if because of maybe some thousand cities that you're getting from a food company, and there's a fire and you're not able to reach, your men are not able to get all the time, you'll be in trouble. So that's the challenge. So with the amount, there's no fixed amount. But let's budget something small, and then something with fuel. The car is big. Something with fuel, and then when the guys come, something to make them small. So as they are there, they don't really church.
Alright, let's say in a film school wants to invite you over, for some of the things you said, most students or students are not aware. Are there any processes that you have to follow, and what can be done to get you to the institutions to talk to you about this?
Okay, so as I said, for by God's grace, for now, I'm at the headquarters for populations. And so I go and say something that the government doesn't like, and I'm transferred to Bimbila. And so I do something that the government doesn't like, and I'm transferred to Bimbila. For now, I'm at the headquarters, I'm at the first headquarters here. So such things will be easy because I'm over there. I'll be able to help facilitate the infrastructure. So yes, we are
Since you're the head, which means all regions in Ghana, if like person is located anywhere, institution is located anywhere, you can employ people or
okay.
must be in Ghana.
Okay, no, so I operate nationally when it comes to PR. So the thing is that because I speak on behalf of fire service, if something happens in North, something happens in Kumasi, I speak always on TV every time. But someone in Kumasi can also talk about this next year. So that's where my play really lies. If you want something done over there, I can probably call the PR for that region and tell them, oh, it's about it. So please see to it that it goes fast for me. It's out of my jurisdiction to get involved in the administrative work. But when it comes to education,
So I don't know whether to say this is a question or a contribution. You said something of very interest, which is about the role of environment accidents. In other jurisdictions, you have parliaments with an ambulance stationed at every fire station. And so once they call, the paramedics move with the fire tanks. Here, it is not the case. We have never seen it. And so it becomes difficult for even filmmakers to believe that when there is an accident or when there is even fire, we need to get paramedics on location. So all the movies, so in our movies, you see that if they have one, you just see the fire tank to the city. I think as an organization or as an institution, the fire service of the needs to actually do more than it is doing. And not allow politicians influence the operations of the fire service. I was trying to watch I think last night when the fire happened at Mahal. I watched the news. I saw you on air with your men trying to fight the fire. I never saw the people. I never saw the ambulance. So the question is even for your own safety. So I invite you on set. Something happens. You are trying to, rectify the problem, and you get yourself into what happens?
Thank you very much. So I'll tackle your question. So I wish it was a perfect institution or a perfect country where we don't have politicians interfering. But unfortunately, that's the truth is that they interfere everywhere because all our commanders or our service chiefs are appointed by the president.
Government is politics.
And so I'm sure that party like this, maybe with the arrest that they made, he personally might not really like it, might not probably like it, but order from above. So I wish it was a perfect institution that our chief like this is his time is up, he's on contract. So someone is sitting on thin ice. So someone like that, obviously, they only want to offend. So that's why I said,
I'm sorry to cut you. for some of us, we are tired of hearing, in quotes, excuses at the expense of lives. You understand what I mean? I'm sure the security services, just as fire service, has policies and protocols to follow, irrespective of whether you are appointed by the president or you are appointed by God.
So I was getting there. You know what? That's like the part that you said that we should not be affected by politicians. So one, as officers, fire officers, when we are in training school, we are taught first aid. That is how come when we get to the scene, we are able to rescue people without causing damage to them. And you, the civilian who doesn't have that knowledge, will pull someone out and end up injuring the person. Initially, ambulance service was part of the Ghana National Fire Service. They were part of us until, again, maybe politics or I don't know whatever, president to whoever, it was separated. So when you see with this data, this is what we're talking, whenever there's an incident, we hear of it. So if the crew get to the scene and they realize that people are injured, then they radio that ambulance assistance needed. Then it takes time. But the unfortunate thing is that I can't come here and lie. These are the institutions in place right now, and this is how it is right now. So as a people, it's about time that, well, I like the anger in you that, so you see there's a fire around, there's a regular fire at CD right now. So if they realize that there's someone hit, they will now inform the control room that, inform ambulance service to come to the scene. So that's the unfortunate situation that we face right now. And so maybe let's hope that in the future, if there's any constitutional reforms that are proposed, some of these things can be put but until then, it is what it is.
Gone by the days that when there's a fire outbreak, you see the fire tender followed by an ambulance, but now it is no more that way. Was it during the time that the ambulance service was part of the Ghana Fire Service that you were doing that? Because I've experienced a lot whereby the fire tender gets the minutes earlier before the ambulance gets. Now, growing up, when you see a fire tender, there's an ambulance related. I grew up in Tema and I've experienced it a lot. When you see a fire tender,
that is Tema. That is Tema. It's not I'm sorry this looks as though we are but in as much as I'm worried for the film, I'm also worried for as a Ghanaian.
They are directing the questions. It's about film, not individual.
There was an incident, I think, last year or 2 years ago, where the prop guy didn't realize that he had live ammunition. What's the name of it? I forgot. One of these film writers. And he ended up, killing the DOP on the set. But even then, there was an ambulance and there were paramedics on set. There was a fire tender on set. There were firemen on set. And so, if this would even happen in a developed country, I'm beginning to look at the statistics. Because for you to get on location, and now we have to radio control room, and now we inform control room that people are injured. Look, what I know is that paramedics are more or less nurses and doctors on the field, and it goes beyond first. So let's say you get on location and something happens, a metal goes through somebody, and you're not going to do first aid. You've not even check the person's blood pressure to see
what is happening to them. By the time you follow your road to bring an ambulance, the person is dead.
Okay, so you see, again, it will depend on how the person calling the control room will describe the situation to the control room. Okay, if you call our control room, I think yesterday, on Friday, I was at our control room when there was a vehicular fire at Paga. The police, someone had called the control room, and I was there when they called. And then the police called our control room, coming to report the same incident about Paga. And we told them that we received it by a team to Paga. So that same way, if there's an accident and people are injured, and maybe you are there, you see, fire service from a car, by one, we brought a ambulance. But always when they're dispatching us, we call ambulance service that we have the correct information that there's an accident. People are injured, our men are missing, and people are also injured. So it's ideal to also at the same time. I don't know if you're getting the angle I'm coming from. If you're shooting and you need ambulance there also, you have to write to ambulance service that you need them in addition to fire service. That's the. So it's good I'm being as real with you as so that you don't live in cloud nine. Unfortunately, we are hoping that with time things will change. But this as I said, it is what it is. That's the unfortunate thing. So we get to the scene, and then before we read you that ambulance service is needed at the scene. Yesterday, for instance, what you're saying makes perfect sense. Yesterday, as I said, the gas tanker at number 10 at that woman, yes, I was there. And you see, you have killed everyone, and yet I was standing by the tanker taking videos. It could have exploded, I could have died. We have an ambulance. I think we should need a bad ambulance on the site, so that if anything should have gone bad, they would have taken care of us. But it wasn't done. We were waiting for explosion happening. Some of us had to buy, they would have probably called that police with the ambulance.
Then I keep this in your pocket. So when you're watching the film, you think my guy here is having a phone in his pocket. So that's that. But if you don't want to use that, there's another guy that orders vampires. So this pipe is like, you know. So I guess that's this guy. Then place it there. Go back, like you can sweat, so that you know I'm sitting in my own space and enjoying the sound.
So the first microphone, I have a question.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes when you're watching but on my they should see if they are being wired.
Yes.
Is that the same thing you just showed us?
Maybe that would be a prop that they want to use in the film. But obviously, if they want to take it away, maybe it's a CSI film or something. Maybe it's presumed, okay, where
being wired and then someone is listening to
yeah, but if you touch the person and if you take a very good sound mixer to switch between the lapel and the boom. So, for example, the way you just touch, if I'm mixing and you're touching that one, it means I need to be able. That's why the sound mixer needs to know the story. You need to tell us when you give me a job, for example, I rather want to do the story because I need to understand what I'm mixing. So if I know you are going to touch him at the point in the film, it means when you get to that point, I need to be able to switch from the lapel to the boom really quick, so that I won't get that in the sound. Even if I have to get that in the sound, that's why you need to. So that's why you need to have like a solo track. So there is a recorder here. Let me quickly show you. This recorder records 8 channels. So with the 8 channel recorder, it means there's a setting that I have to switch to solo tracks. So it means wherever you touch on Uncle Ben's set, it doesn't have to affect whatever dialogue he is saying. You understand when he's saying. Because sometimes you put them together so that when you touch his set and this guy is talking, you can't take it out. So that is one thing that's really killing us. But you need to just know your way around. But it's always okay to switch to the boom, which we have the Sennheiser MK66 and then we have the MK8416. So these are my G's. I respect them so much because they get the job done. Aside the lapels and all those words and the frequencies, but these guys are made for frequencies, so that you don't get any frequency interference. There are some times that you may record that you get radio station coming into your recorder. Most of the times, then it's crazy if you don't have these guys around. So, yep, that is. And I always try to keep my, batteries have been thrown away and all that. I always try to keep my things organized. I have like tons of these. These are for 9-volt batteries, and these are for AA batteries. Last one. Let me quickly tell you guys the last one. And this is my last class. So, if we have editors here, we know one of the challenges is to sync sound and video. It's really crazy. And this is the guy that does the job. It's called time code, which sometimes we see on the time code. Yes. So with this time code, all I have to do is to jam the time code with my recorder, jam it. If we're using 50 cameras, I'll jam it with the 50 cameras and all the time is in sync. So when you get to post, the audio is there synced already with the video. You just place it there. So that is that. Thank you. So you had a question?
Yes, I wanted to ask you that sometimes you have to go through the documents and then put something in the office. So now, I wanted to, is there any other way that they can do that without putting their hands in the clothes and all that?
Thank you. It's a very lovely question. I enjoy this question because, when we are on set, oftentimes people feel the sound guy is always enjoying it because, hey, fresh ladies come, nobody gets the opportunity to touch them, but the sound guy is going to touch them. If you work with me, I can mic you without even going down mic. I don't really like that. It's their speech. I don't want to go there. So, rather unfortunately, there's something called bullets. So with the bullets, I screw it right on this. And then just pull the shirt this way, drop it down, that's all I'm done. And then I'll take it back here. I don't have to go through your bra or whatever you're doing. That is that.
You had a question?
When you are singing sound,
It's called 10 tracking.
so if you are using 50 cameras, you jam it. How do you jam it?
Yes, so you go to every camera has a time code settings. Just record like this person record, just scroll down.
So if you are not seeing
time code, this one time code. This is before the sleep. You see time code right? You hit here. You hit it. Okay.
So if you are not seeing
the moment I do this, I go to jam. If I jam there, I jam from there to the end of the story. I don't have to. Wow. So that is a little magic.
Yeah.
This is a lot of.
Yeah. Come on, let's So basically, okay, so we are asking for a number. So you can mention them.
When you do sound number 6 0 2 5 9 30 6 0
The drummer, just go down.
So I usually think of these 5 things, and I believe that it's because of these 5 things you are all gathered here. That is, where am I coming from? Who am I? What can I do? Why am I here? And what is my true potentials? I believe if out of these 5, ask any question in this 5, you will get to the Bible. God will ask interested to are here today. And I also think that whenever we are not person or we are not doing any other thing, what we think is, what am I going to fit where I'm going? And the moment you get that, we are very happy that finally I'm not to ensure I'm not to where I'm going, which is why I started painting flip-flops. And I'm producing a series of them, and this some of the episodes are actually on. And why I'm painting it is because I'm using that one to symbolize them. So whenever I see flip-flops or I see someone wearing it, I'm able to tell the story of where that person is coming from and where that person is going, and how it has won, and how the person has happened, where the person has been to. And all the rest here have their own titles. So this one is surrealism. When it comes to surrealism, dreams, visions, that is how I get to work through visions and dreams. When I wake up, I try to know exactly this is titled Marking of Time. Marking of Time. I bring you to the seashore, that is what I call inspiration. We have different people visiting there. But at the end of the day, some of them live in my life like focus. Some people student there, some of them they see. And at the end of the day, it's all about the seashore. So in life and the world that we are in, we are all here just like the seashore. But the question is, what are you doing for the generation that are coming? So these are the identity of the generation that are coming. The mark you leave from where you are, the mark, and we should do our best to do the mark.
Okay, so my name is Benjamin Padi, from a production house called from Entertainment House Productions, BEM TV, we are on YouTube. And what we are also trying to do to help the upcoming artists is that, like for instance, we give you a set of production equipment, Ghana States. We're going to give you like one microphone, we give you some recorder, we give you a professional camera, we give you tripod, we give you gimbal. So all these is a package just to help the upcoming followers. Aside that, we also looking at another musician, but we don't have music video. What we try to do is that you register for our audiences, we go to shoot the music video for you, we promote it on social media. When you make it, we take our share, we take your share. Alright, so this is what we do. And then we also do this. If you want an iPhone, but you want to pay it on credit, when you get in touch with us, you can get your iPhone and you pay it. We can pay that iPhone and pay it to your doorstep and you pay the fee. You have a lot of stuff. Let me mention my number in case you want more information about us. Thank you for us and whatever topic that you also assist you do. 7243 82. Are you writing? 7243
Well, I'm not currently into the project. As I said, I go from where so as big sometimes it has been an experience for me.
Thank you so much. All I will say now is I thank God Almighty for this great vision, for not giving this idea to someone in Hollywood, not giving this idea to someone in Hollywood, but someone in Ghana, in Africa, to help see Africans and to expose some hidden opportunities in the creative space for creatives. Secondly, I thank all of you for sharing your precious time since yesterday. You guys are here today, you are here with us. We're ending this event tomorrow, and I said I appreciate your time. And I know you all want something out of this space. The reason we need to be here for the staff of the camp, also working backstage, preparing a set for tomorrow's theater performance of TV Woman.
tips that I shared yesterday. Okay, so I am a visual artist, a filmmaker, and a theater practitioner. I'm a working artist. My passion takes me, like 95% of me, and I like that. Okay. What I want in here today is passion and talent being able to transform into a skill. We should be able to transform our talents into a skill. When someone hires you as a sound person today, it is not paying for your talent, it's paying for your skill. So we should be able to transform or shape that skill. Don't rely on your talent alone. I'll give you a typical example of someone who is relying on his talent. Somebody who can sing and sing well can only sing and make small money here around his community. It could be his country. But someone who has gone to a music school to learn how to write songs, to learn how to produce a song, to learn how to do maybe voice modulations while singing. That person can go far. That person can even get an opportunity to sing for the queen. You can share your experience with people if you are able to transform your skill or your talent into a skill. Okay. Secondly, yesterday I made mention of creating a portfolio for yourself as a creator. I'll say this again. As a creator, you don't need a degree. You don't need masters as a creator. And I'll tell you why. All you need as a creator is a sweet portfolio. A sweet show reel is what you need as a creator. Me studying there, I'm telling you my educational background, you will be like, this guy. Okay? I have not been to university for 4 years. Right from senior high, even senior high, I only wrote from there. I didn't sit in the secondary school for 4 years. I only wrote to law there. I did ICS, International Correspondence School, diploma in fine art for 1 year. I didn't even sit in the classroom for the distance learning. Someone who is passionate about what he or she has will not be disposed. I was focused right on one. I remember I was in class 4 and I told myself I will become one of the most celebrated artists in the world. I was in class 4 and I told myself I will be an artist, but an extraordinary artist. Please be mindful of what you say to yourselves. We have the power to come to reality. In the year 2020, I received an award from the US as Extraordinary People's Award in 2020. Meanwhile, I was class 4, and I told myself I want to become an extraordinary artist. 2021, in the US, they went all around for someone to give that same award again in 2021. They couldn't find anybody. 2021, I got that same award.
A round of applause, I mean.
2023, they organized it again in the US. They couldn't find anyone to give that same award. And fortunately, I was in the US by then in 2023, and I picked my award again. Wow. Please, portfolio. I asked people who have been in university for 4 years. They were very. The project was today will start a portfolio.
Say it.
Please, there's a way to create a portfolio for. Let me give you all these things. How do you use social media for yourself? How do you use your social media handles? Let's see your page on social media. What do you post there? If you're a photographer, and everybody knows you're a photographer, how do you use your page? If you go on my page, my Facebook page, my profile picture alone gives me a job, a new job every day. Just my profile picture. Just my profile picture. A lot of us here don't know how to use profile pictures. You call yourself a corner man, you go on your Facebook page, and your profile picture is your girlfriend. Your profile picture is the new shoe you want. Your profile picture is your mother. We all love our mothers, but we should get to know ourselves. Your profile picture will be a clear picture of you and a well-known picture. Go on Facebook. That same picture should run across every social media you have. That same picture. So if you go on my Facebook page, you see that same picture, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, and that was how last year Wikipedia recognized me by profile picture. And reasons. The day you change that picture, make sure that same app, change the same picture. Change all your social media with that picture you want to change. Now, what do you think that is doing for you? It shows that you are not 419. Easy accessibility. If I go on Google and I type your name and I see this picture, okay, and someone gives me your social media handle, your Instagram, and I go there and I see a car as your profile, I'll say this guy is not serious. That is why I'll tell you today, if you WhatsApp me and I see your profile and it's a dog, I will never try. You can't talk. I won't talk to you. I will never talk. I will feel that you are very serious person. So our social media profile is very important. 2, what do you do on social media handles? Your social media handle should do 3 things for you. Or you should do 3 things for your social media handles. First of all, is to protect yourself. So if you are an actor, and I go to the social media page, the first picture I should see there is about being an actor. Protect yourself on the social media page. 2, represent your industry on your page. Protect your industry on your page. You go on my Facebook page, and I talk about the visual art industry. I talk about the theater industry. Things that are going on, I felt have a way to change. Talk about it. We all say, oh, it's not going. Who should go there? Once you are met as a dancer, as a musician, as an actor, you have the power to make changes in your own small way. Okay? Number 3, use your social media pages to protect other artists. Don't say, why should I protect another artist on my page? But I tell you what I do. In short, go on my page and I see an upcoming artist, very good artist, and I post his works, I share his contacts, and then I write a profile about this on my page. You also contribute to the growth of the industry with that. Now, there are a lot of opportunities online. You see some of us traveling, we are here, we are there, we are there. I got an opportunity just by going on Facebook, going on Instagram. You call yourself somebody in a creative space, and you see a post on Facebook, and There's artist residency program. Artist residency program. Art is what? The creative what something. And you see artist residency program and you brush it off. You see film craft expo and you brush it off. You see something, anytime you go on Facebook, on social media, you see anything related to what you do, go there. That is great. Maybe you might not know, I'll give you one thing that I went to South Africa in 2017. Just on Facebook, I saw an artist residency program in Johannesburg. Okay, let me see what it is. Then I went to it. Fields of Frogs, it's a program that they are bringing artists together from the whole of Africa. So I submitted my show reel. Now, your show reel, you should also have the show reel on your phones. Something that you can share. You should have it on your phones, have a Facebook link, have a YouTube channel, so that it will be easy to share. So I shared my stuff, applied and everything. The next morning, you have to be there. Don't worry. I want to do something for you. Okay. Right. So I want you to submit the form. The next morning I go home. I rather have an email and an answer. I went in. Congratulations. You are selected to represent West Africa. That's the sent letter to the registrar. So I got the registrar, so that they were like, wow, they're excited. No Ghanaian has ever gone this way. And they gave me the other document that I went to the embassy, South Africa embassy. My passport was supposed to be there for 14 days. They got me back in 2 days to come with my passport. And that same week that I saw the day, that same week, I was South Africa. I was paying everything for staying in South Africa. I stayed in one of the sweetest hotels in Johannesburg. My brothers and sisters, I'm telling you that make good use of social media. Brand yourself. Someone say, I'm a camera, you don't need money. You need to brand yourself. That is what the money is. Okay? And share. If you share, you get back. It's a natural principle. You have stuff in my mouth, and I want more, and it's food. How do I get more? If you share, it will create space for more to come. I know people that do something they want to give, to the next generation. I've been doing this since 2010. I've really put a lot of celebrities to see them on screen. Those winning art directors award, national designers award, students in America, students just last 2 weeks. One of my students go to America, sisters. I found them at Chiefs through my WhatsApp and my passing school program. 2 weeks ago, he left, and he's in the US for 2 years to study art. Okay, alright, thank you so much. I believe next year we'll go on again. It shouldn't just be next year. During the course of the year, we'll be doing stuff. Join us. I'm always free available. Just contact me. I share. I'll give you all the support. It's there. Okay. Thank you so much. And then again, it's a matter of you can also go there. Through our Expo website, you find all these packages and more of the Expo. Thank you so much for this support.
This depth of knowledge, and I just want to the people who are gathered here, I just want to speak to this stuff. And this transfer of your grace before. Everyone gets the story you share. You go here, they give you the door is open. You see this stuff. I mean, the talent is there, the skill is there, the opportunity is there. I'm speaking to others.
I need one person here. Uncle Ben, please join me here. Please clap for this man. I said this man. I was engaged when I met this man here. When I was following my uncle to learn from my uncle. My uncle was there. Those days of those concept class. My uncle was painting back course, designing course, special course. So I was engaged and I met this man. In the dance hall, there's a dance hall out there. And then he threw me to my man. And he said, no one, you have something, hold it tight. And I know where it is. Today, it's here. Uncle Ben, please help me with this.
So let me hold you so that.
Alright, so what's up? You know, when you see someone need money that can change or consult the person, just a word can catapult the person to the business dream. And we are still prophesied that when we are going to what God has shown you, that is not where He has going to. Now, since you're subject to Him, whatever grace is upon Prince Hilton, as long as the word of God comes out and fire, anybody that is in this arena, may God in His might and power connect that grace to you and your village. In the mighty name of Jesus, that at the end of the day, you shall also be on a particular platform where you say to the people surrounding you that indeed God is real and His word is love, and whatever He has said